So what are we running?
We're going to start Nightfalls on Stormreach, level 14.
Ah, you want to run those?
Oh, that's what the
I like
voters...
the other chain better.
That's what the voting voted for, so... That's what we're recording.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, greetings and salutations. Welcome to the road most traveled. And, yeah, so Night on Stormreach. If you happen to be level appropriate and you want to come with us, you're welcome to do so. And as always, this is recorded as part of our live stream over on twitch.tv/youtube.com. I forgot to grab my healbot person. So we're going to put our sail feeling to the test now.
So we're level 25 today?
I'm level 16
you arrive
today.
Outside the night market just as darkness falls. You should discuss your mission with your companion.
All right, let's start with the optional over here with this chair.
Planning some kind of attack on the
Good
city.
morning. I didn't want to
The
be
guards of the
silent.
local shop
Hey, good morning,
will be able to
Forehand.
tell
How you
where to
doing?
find them.
I'm doing fairly decent.
You climb up onto the roof, only to find that you've disturbed a group of armed hackers. They deepen you with a stone, and then reach
Full house for recording things this morning. It's good. I like it. Whoa, we got slippery over here.
Since we have the shoe master, maybe I can ask him a question and he'll give me an answer.
Sure.
Shoe. In the ice games, when you put icy burst on something, sometimes it becomes bound to account, sometimes it becomes bound to character. How do you know which one it's going to...
Ah, good answer, Shu.
So does that still happen?
Yes, it does. I just don't
Because
know.
I thought it had been modified so they're always bound to account now.
Okay, well, I'll try it later on, but last year it bound an item to character.
This is an exquisitely crafted throne. Not at all what you'd expect to find in the hands of a halfling gangster. No
Yeah,
doubt
I don't know
it
either,
fell
to
apart.
be really honest. I just, let it go here. Darkhaven Brave says if the item is bound to account already, it'll stay bound to count. Otherwise, it'll stay bound to character, at least from his experience. I'm not sure if that's...
I know it can't be a named item, and most named items are bound to account, but you can't take a named item and put any of the festivals on.
Yeah, I don't know.
So in my experience, they retain whatever they've had. But you gotta be careful that it's not like bound to character on equip or something. Oh my goodness. So I was having this problem yesterday where I was just like jumping and falling in weird angles. I think I'm having that again a little bit again today. Alright, we get that all cleaned up? We did.
Well, he said that they put in new hardware. Maybe that helped.
Yeah, I just think it's me. I don't think it was anything, game related. I'm just misremembering how far I can jump over to do stuff. Can you put Festival Icy Burst on a cannon crafted weapon? Last year you could not. I imagine it continues to be you cannot. I feel like they probably should, but alas, it doesn't seem that way. Alright, so we've cleaned up the traps, we've cleaned up the mobs up there, and now we're gonna go give this guy his chair. If I see your chair, I'll give it to you. Here's your chair. Give me this chair. I want it. I need it. I have to have
While
it.
you're searching the area.
Alright.
The antique dealer is delighted to have the stolen throne back. He rewards you with a chest full of items from his shop.
And now we have the duty of doing this guy's job for, I guess, for funsies. Hey, why don't you run around and turn the lights on for me? That'll be fun. What?
Please, do me the honor of lighting the street
okay.
lamps. That always marks the official opening of the night market.
Ooh.
Oh, this is the best
7,500
part of the
experience
day,
points.
don't you think?
And a
There's
chemical
nothing to rush home, afraid of the dark.
potion of
Those who
intimidation.
come here to
Oh
the
yeah,
night
did you roll well
seek
today?
out. Sun sets, but it's not an
And a
end.
potion of stone skin.
It's a beginning. We become something different after dark.
I always forget that this
Our
chest is
dull
actually locked and
daytime
not just sitting here for
existence
my
Now,
treasures.
little
Anyway, good morning.
fade
Welcome
into
to
light.
the
When the night
streams.
comes, we see new possibilities. That's what brings people to the night market. That feeling that around the corner or inside
And I'd like to go ahead and take the time to
a new
solve this
light
puzzle
waits
now,
for them in the dark.
as complicated as it may be.
Well, who knows? Maybe they just like the food. I do hope that you find what you're looking for tonight, my friend.
And then I also like to take the time to run up here and talk to Fred. I don't know how important it is to talk to Fred now, but it's always kind of nice, in my opinion, to just talk to him and make sure that when you need to talk to him later, he's good to go.
Outside the blazing beacon before he'll let you inside.
Make sure that this has got plenty of time on it. So some of you out there may not know what's going on, and we have a few more people watching the live stream than we always, than normal necessarily, thanks to Jerry's lead-in today. But what we're doing is I'm going to be playing essentially the same build, although we'll probably take a quick life off to play through the Alchemist when an Alchemist comes out. I'm assuming probably middle of next week, if everything goes well. Not just to timestamp the video. But, so basically doing the same build back to back, or 2 lives pretty much in a row, to basically cover all the quests over 2 big lives here. Maybe we have to touch a third. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to go through the quests that we normally go through for the most part. First life around, the road most traveled. And then we will turn around and come back through a second time and try working primarily quests that we skipped the first go around. And then our next life will prioritize things that both lives skipped. This way we hopefully get a good walkthrough experience on the majority of the quests. And we're just kind of playing through them, and we're doing our best to stop and talk about anything that may kind of show up, any tips or tricks that I use in a quest. In particular, I try to hit the majority of the optionals, although like read all the notes type optionals tend to get ignored by me, not just as I play through, but also during these kind of things. But I just want to, kind of share how I typically level from 1 to 20, as well as what quests, give people an opportunity to see some quests that they may normally skip, or because it's easy when you're TRing to get in like a groove, and then a situation like what happened on the last hardcore server pops up, and all of a sudden you're like, oh man, I haven't ran this quest in except like twice back when it first came out. Now I have no idea what it's like. And I personally did not enjoy that part. It was nice to need to redo the quests that I haven't done, but I did not enjoy the fact that I did not remember how to do a quest. And a lot of times I felt like, oh man, I really should just go into the live server, run through once and see, and like dust some cobwebs loose. So I thought, you know what, the next best thing is to just take a couple lives, go through all the quests, and make a little video on them, and maybe some other people can get some perks out of it. Alright, so this should be the shrine. Yes, shrine room. And then the next sideways door over here will be an optional.
Are you gonna let me run hardcore with you next year? Or this year?
No.
Oh, well, I know you won't.
Everyone will probably come along. I'm curious to see what the changes are going to be. It sounds like we have some potentially cool stuff, so I will probably be taking some time to play on the hardcore server. I think I'm going to... One of the things that I did on the last hardcore, the first one, that I kind of regret in retrospect was I didn't care. I was just having fun screwing around. But I didn't care whether or not I achieved any rewards until pretty late in the experience. So then I felt, once I decided I cared, I felt a lot of pressure to
You struggle to understand what you see.
to try to achieve victory in the last like week and a half of the hardcore experience, and that was pretty tough. Involved an awful lot of long stream days and an awful lot of getting pretty lucky with some help.
So I need to bring a healing.
I need to run a what?
I need to get a healing hireling. You forgot one?
No, it's fine. There's no like big needs for right now. I can self heal pretty well with the zombie form stuff. Not great, but pretty well. And I'll try to remember to grab somebody for the next video.
Well, I'm on the ship right now. I can grab one on my way through.
If you would like to, you're welcome to do so.
So what do you think about the change coming with update 45 to get rid of the cargo hold stat buffs?
I'm not a fan. I think it is a big perk of the guilds to, and as the person who always takes care of them, a responsibility to make sure that they kind of stay up for people who need them. And I kind of dislike the notion that they're removing it. I specifically believe that it's something that they're changing directly related to the hardcore server experience. And I'm not in love with the idea that you're changing things on the regular server for the hardcore experience. But that being said, game experience may change online. There's a lot of changes coming in update 45. A lot good, a lot that I have strong feelings about in the other camp. And we're gonna make do and improvise like we always do. I will probably have at least one character somewhere that will have an inventory full of ship resistances.
I agree, except for one thing, they don't stack, so
I don't need them to stack. 30 is pretty huge for doing TR. Over level 30 or over level 20, it's not such a big deal. You can get I think it's a colorless augment slot. It's pretty easy to
yes,
work
it is.
into your gear slot. Covers everything but Sonic. But when you're
there's actually one for Sonic.
yeah, well that's a different one, right?
Yeah, it's but you can get a 45. You have to buy it to the store, but you can get a 45 resistant to Sonic.
Yeah, but I was thinking more like that, specifically the generic one. That
There's
hits,
one that covers four of them.
covers
4 of the 5. Yeah,
everything except for Sonic and elemental resistances.
yeah. I got it on my completionist.
Yeah, the epic Helm of Blood or Helm of
Something terrible has
thing.
happened to the residents of this neighborhood.
But
Some stand in place ranting
I
to
should
themselves.
have started attacking those guys. We just want to come up here and talk to Fred. But when you're level, 7, having some resistances at level 30 is a lot different than having resistances at 10.
Specify the enraged residents
And again, I feel like that is a pretty worthy perk of having your guild spend the time and energy to get you there.
Well, I think at level 3, getting hit with lightning bolt and waterworks, having a 30 resist, because it's still going to hit you hard enough to kill you.
It
So-
can.
So if you don't have the resistance or you make the savings throws, that's going to be instant kills if you don't have that 30.
Well, again, and it doesn't really matter for live on if you get killed in waterworks at level 1 now. It's to change the hardcore experience. And as much as they go back and forth and whatnot, they've got forum posts out there where they let it slip that was in fact an intention, and you got to keep that in mind. All right,
Well-
so real fast as part of this training video here, and we can go back to having this discussion in a second. After you do this side room, if you come in here and talk to Fred will do his best to quell a lot of the miscellaneous people. So these guys will not be aggro, these guys will not be aggro, but then the Age of Rage guys and the other miscellaneous trash along the way will still be aggroed. So it reduces the amount of trash that you have to fight basically in half, but it doesn't reduce the major threats of the quest. Alright, carry on. You started off with a well, and that's a deep subject.
Yes, it usually is a deep subject. But, you and I think other people, I can't see why they're doing it, but then I thought about it. Maybe this is one of the problems with lag. It's, on the ship, keep buying those things and having them run and stuff like this. And you're getting rid of some items that are slowly but surely that may be causing a little bit of lag. So we don't know. I mean, they're not going to go into detail on it, but, maybe that's one of the reasons.
It's possible, but to me, that is not it's not a legitimate excuse to remove a major guild perk. The perks for guilds, in my opinion, are already waning. Once they kind of did away with the guild slotted items and whatnot, I really personally felt like that was a major benefit of being a high level guild. And I know they rechanged things around, and some of those perks are still pretty okay, but I feel like they're removing perks for having your guild work your way up there in those high level guilds, and until they replace it with something else, which they might perfectly well be doing. I was having a conversation with a bro literally the last couple of videos, but you have to give them a little bit of slack when they go to make these changes. I know there's a note back here, and these are the only 3 notes that I know for sure where they are, by the way. If I knew where the rest of the notes were, I would get them for the video, but I do not. And honestly, they're generally a bigger pain in the butt than not, so
You ring the bell. The doors fly
Don't worry
open
about
and
it.
guards rush out. For a moment, you're sure you found help. But being
So again, just because I currently, when I get the information, I dislike it or whatever, I I trust that they have somebody's got a plan at least during this time for the future of the game, and I do my best to kind of give them an opportunity to take a minute to try it with as close to unbiased opinion as I can muster. Because I've been wrong before in DDO, and I'll probably be wrong again. And I'm perfectly fine giving people an opportunity to show me what's what.
Plus that maybe they feel like some of the newer people are not getting access to higher guild invites, that maybe this way it would even it up for them. I don't know.
Again, I don't see how punishing the people who has been working on it helps. To me, it's a direct correlation to the fact that
and warn them of this disaster.
the survivability once the open guild. We already had the strength one. I think I already had the strength one. Shu, would you like a strength helm here?
Sure.
It's also mighty 1. That's a good pickup. It's a really good pickup. Yeah, I think they're tweaking stuff a little bit hard for the hardcore server, and I feel like some of those changes would have to kind of do some work here. Darkhaven says, to be honest, I haven't used 1 hour buffs in years, so it doesn't bother me. It is literally the reason why I keep my bar open like this, is because I use these 1 hour resistance buffs nonstop. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this the walkthrough here for I gotta remember the name of the quest. Night Falls on Stormreach. I always think of just Age of Rage Part 1. But yeah, I think we're going to continue rocking through these, and I hope you enjoy. If you did, please slam the thumbs up button. If you have any questions or comment, you know, there's a comment box below. I do read them all. And if you'd like to join us on the live stream, that's also wonderful. All right, we'll see you real soon. Toodles.